able to call that. I should be able to call that platform from below, I think. I don't remember. But if I die, I should be able to use it. And the reason that I might die up here is because I believe one of these treasure chests is a mimic. And I want to say that's this motherfucker right here. And you could tell. You see how this is a mimic? You could tell right away from its long dangly chain feature right there. If this is a chain that dangles out like that straight, that's a mimic. The normal chests that are not mimics, they are circled. The chain will lay as a circle, like a kind of like a hook. This is like a bait, right? Like that's the mimic's penis, and it just kind of flops it out there. You want a nice curved penis. A nice curved penis. That's what you want. You don't want a straight one like that. Another way you can tell, obviously, you can kind of chill out. You can sit here and check it out. It breathes. Yeah, it breathes. That's something. But if you're a real professional, this is what we had to do back in ye old days. Ye olden days. Before you guys had all this fancy technology. When all we had was a rusty bucket and a need to shit. This is what we used to do. You see that shit? Look at that goopy shit in there. You see that? I think that's a tooth or something. I don't even know what that is. This is also how you could tell. Is you can drag the camera into the mimic. It's just an enemy. So your camera can go into it. If this was a real treasure chest, your camera would be blocked. It would be just like a floor or a wall. You can't put your camera through a floor or a wall or a treasure chest. It's a static environmental item. But this is a monster, and monsters you can fling your camera through no problem. That's how you had to do it. Why curved? Because it hits the G spot better. Touch the mimic's pleasure spot? No. I'm going to touch the opposite of a pleasure spot. I'm going to touch the spot that he really doesn't want me touching. That's pretty much every other spot, is what I'm saying. But what I'm going to try and do first is I'm going to try and slip him a roofie. This is actually, if you ever wonder like what you can do, this used to be a tactic back before they patched it out. But you used to be able to slip a mimic a roofie by using this guy. All right, that was the wrong item. Do I have the right item? This one, Undead Hunter Charm. Okay, so you used to be able to slip him a roofie and check that shit out. He goes to sleep. So you could actually stroke his chain as much as you want. You could actually go for the pleasure spot if you really wanted. But the other thing is that he's asleep, so while you're jerking off his chain, you could also take the item out of his mouth. Now, back in the day, you used to be able to abuse this. And you could abuse it by the way that I'm going to abuse it right now. See how he's waking up like that? Even though I just kicked his ass, he went right back in there. He was asleep, I kicked his ass, he woke up, and then he went right back in there. You used to be able to farm these guys by repeating this process of throwing this shit at the chest. If you did it enough times, you could, every time you did it basically, every time he fell asleep and he opened up the chest, you could take an item from it. And why would you do this? Basically, this specific mimic dropped that specific item that I just looted. But each mimic has a chance of dropping a random loot piece. That is the Hat of Avarice, I think, or the Helm of Avarice, which increases your chance of finding stuff, really cool loot, but it also does damage to you while you wear it. So a good way of getting the the Helm of Avarice, or whatever it is, you put the guy to sleep, and the mouth would open up. It would either be loot in there or you're not, random number generator, and then you would hit it, and then he would go back to his normal state, and then you put him to sleep for as many of those undead duel tokens that you have, and you would just do that until you could get your Hat of Avarice. They patched it out like quite a few patches ago. So you can't really farm him anymore. You can only do it the one time. You can sleep him, open up the chest. He's going to have the one default item, but you have to kill the guy in order to get your chance at the Hat of Avarice. Kind of shitty. Also, he has a Tatsumaki Senpu Kyaku, which you gotta be really careful about, because he hits me a lot with that. Yeah, I've been very unlucky. In my last couple of runs, I don't think I've ever found the Hat of Avarice. Very unlucky. But yeah, that's some old ass Dark Souls lore. That's